busting.
Welcome back to the Vidnight Society. I'm Kevin James, joined by our special guest host, Joe Quinones.
Hello.
Joe is a comic book artist. He's done work for Marvel and DC. You've actually done Batman comics in an official capacity, right?
Yeah, I've dipped my toe in that well. I did a Batman black and white story, a few Harley Quinn shorts. Yeah, I love Batman.
With that, we are going to talk about a Batman-themed music video. Not Kiss from a Rose, not the R. Kelly one, but Prince's Batdance from 1989. Which was for the Tim Burton movie, of course. You wanted to talk about this video. We did sort of like a public poll on what videos to talk about on Twitter, and you were the first comment and you said Batdance. Why did you want to talk about Batdance?
It's a bit of a misnomer to call it a music video. It's more so a video accompanied with music.
Yeah.
It's not really a song, Batdance. It's loosely inspired, interpretive dance with like audio clips from the movie.
This town needs an enema.
It doesn't really cohese as a full song.
He did two songs for the soundtrack, right?
Or three, I think.
Party
right?
Man?
Party Man.
Just who do you trust?
Batdance.
And then there's like the slow jam one. That's like scandalous.
My understanding is that Prince was hired to do this, basically to do the soundtrack for the movie, and he looked back at half a dozen songs he hadn't finished off his previous two records, kind of just cut them together, and here you have this 7-minute short film with Prince just kind of playing samples.
It seemed like, like they had scheduled the time out for a music video. He didn't have anything planned.
Yeah.
And they just had like a well of material they could use of like clips from the movie.
Yeah.
He showed up with dancers and they just kind of made it work. They like improv'd a music video. But I kind of love it for that reason. It's like this weird amalgamation of Princeisms and like things stolen from the film.
You're getting Prince.
It feels like Purple Rain, which I realized afterward that the director was the guy who did Purple Rain. What was the name again?
I already forgot it again. It's like some Berto Benigni. What's his name? Albert Magnoli. He had done Purple Rain. He directed parts of Tango and Cash and some other music videos. But yeah, this video looks like, you ever have any friends who were maybe studying theater in college and they'd be like, hey, it's the end of the semester. I've got like this like performance piece I want you to see, and you show up and it's just a bunch of people dancing.
I mean, I love it. Like, I love the visuals of the movie. Like, it kind of captures the oddness of Tim Burton's vision. It's actually like turned up more so the cinematography in the movie, which is like pretty subdued, I think.
Sure. I feel like the Joker in the Prince video looks a little more Cesar Romero.
Yeah, it's very Cesar Romero.
Yeah.
Which it kind of exposes that hand. We tend to think of the Burton movies as their own reimagining, but like they draw very heavily from the 60s show.
Oh, the Batdance line is like right out of the Adam West show. But isn't there a line in a song that references one of the Dark Knight Frank Miller books too?
They reference Killing Joke. So like one of the dancer like hikes up her shorts and you see a little like stick-on tattoo of a Brian Boland Batman and Joker.
Yeah.
And I was like, what a weird deep pull. Like people don't know that. People, especially at the time, didn't know that book. So I appreciated it.
If you can get past the audio samples from the '89 movie, it feels just like Prince celebrating Batman in that capacity. Like,
sure, and Prince.
Oh, yeah, and himself.
Yeah.
I got to see Prince before he died. I want to say it was 2012 or 13, and he played Party Man. He did play Party Man.
That's awesome.
And it was killer, and he led it right into I Would Die For You, which is my favorite Prince song. But he did not play Batdance. I don't even know
because you can't play, there's no playing Batdance.
This song is popular-ish.
I've seen it performed at karaoke, which is a feat.
Yeah. This video has like 6 or 7 million hits, and it's only been available for a few years on YouTube. So there's a demand for this song. And I want to say that only the 4 Burton-verse Batman movies really had like a song attributed to them, like licensed music to like sell it.
So we had like Susie and the Banshees for Batman Returns.
Yep.
Seal for Batman Forever.
R. Kelly for Batman and Robin.
Oh yeah.
Yep. They were just all in on Prince. Like they didn't like, when they do a bunch of licensed music for a summer blockbuster or a superhero movie, they tend to hedge their bets. Like with the Spider-Man movies, you'd have like a song by Train and maybe an Aerosmith and a Sum 41 song just to make sure that there was enough, in case one of the songs didn't work out, you'd have a backup. This whole Prince.
I would have loved a Batdance style video for Batman Begins with just clips from the movie. Where are the other drugs going?
I was watching the video. I've watched it 3 times in the last 24 hours, and Prince is all in on it. Like he's putting his back into it. He's like really dancing, and like the song is.
He creates a new character. He's the character Gemini
Yeah.
in the video, which is basically if Two-Face were the Joker and Batman.
Yeah, an amalgamation.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just split down the middle.
But I get this impression that Prince, underneath the surface level, feels like he's selling out. This is what it looks like when Prince sells out. And he's not like lazily dancing. He is like sweating his ass off.
Sure.
Like he went through all those makeup sessions. Like, okay,
Figuring
now,
out the like choreography and like,
Yeah.
like actually lighting the thing and like,
yeah, he cared about it.
it looks good.
He probably directed it more so than Magnoli did. Like it reeks of Prince.
Sure. Yeah, it feels like he was given a script, maybe some production stills, and then there's like, all right, this is what it's gonna be.
I'm glad this isn't one of those movie tie-in videos where we see footage from the movie, because that would have taken away from the studio footage of Prince and all these dancers, and you just want as much of it as you can get.
I like that instead it's like this avant-garde interpretation of the movie.
Yeah.
Like there's moments where basically like a whole scene, the audio of the scene is playing out, and you're just seeing a bunch of Joker dancers aim their gun at a bunch of dancers dressed like Vicky Vale, and you're like, all right.
You know, if you go to like Disneyland or Universal Studios, they'll have people dressed up reenacting like stunts or scenes from popular movies. They don't quite look like the actors.
Right.
It's like they had everyone who did all 6 shifts that day for the Batman ride show up at the same time. Like, okay, now you're all going to do the skit at once.
I actually love how there's like backup dancers that are all wearing the bat cowl. They're
Yeah.
like, and I think it looks great. It's just like that cut off right around the ears.
Yeah.
And like they're just wearing a spandex bodysuit with the cape.
Yeah.
And it's like such a quick and dirty solution to that, but it looks fine.
I was born in '87. I wasn't really cognizant of pop culture when this was in the zeitgeist. Was this a beloved song? Like, were people into the Batman soundtrack?
I was like 7 years old when this movie came out? I don't know. Like I wonder how much it aired on MTV at the time.
They must have cut it down. They had to try.
It's like 7 minutes long.
Yeah. The song in the video itself are a little monotonous, despite how garish it is. You start to get an idea of the vocabulary. Like, okay, here's Prince as the MC behind a bunch of keyboards, and he's like at the Bat Cave. He's got like a laser disc
Bunch
player.
of bat dancers and then Gemini in the middle.
Yeah, and then the bridge hits. There's a bridge,
The bridge.
and that's when all the Vicky
The
Vales
bridge
come
is
out.
which is just clipped audio of Kim Basinger saying, "I'm Vicky Vale."
Vicky Vale. Vicky Vale.
And then like 10 dancers come out dressed like her. And then they spread out into a line, and I don't know, that's it.
They could recreate this whole music video at like the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. They should do that. They should like get all these actors to be inside like a float of like the old Tim Burton Batman logo, like made out of paper mache, and then have all the actors burst out and just play those samples over the speakers. Like they could do it. Like there's nothing holding
It
them back.
feels improv because they line up and then they have like a little play with the other dancers dressed like the Joker.
Yeah.
And then meanwhile, Prince is just like crawling around on the floor and like just being a creep. He's just like looking up girls' skirts and like.
There's one non sequitur. I mean, the rest of the video is nuts, but I can kind of follow the logic like behind it. But there's an electric chair in the video.
The world stops and he talks about the consequence of going to the electric chair for his crimes, I guess.
Do you think is that supposed to be like the Joker's like repenting in a way?
I don't know. It's an indictment of the prison system.
That felt very shoehorned in the middle. Like, I'm going to say something in my Batman video.
He breaks out of that constraint by like blowing up the chair later on.
Sure.
All right.
The Gemini character is exclusive to Batdance. And apparently Prince goes by Gemini because that's his astrological sign. Like, that's like where he came up with the name.
Sure.
Sure. That's fine. I don't think there's much else left to say about Batdance.
If you haven't seen it, you should look it up. It's worth watching at least once.
Oh, yeah.
It's a weird curiosity of
Yeah.
music trivia, I guess.
It's like included on like the boxed sets of the Tim Burton movies, right? Like
Yep.
Warner Brothers is proud of this video. like they want you to be able
Or
to
they're
see
getting
it.
their money's worth. They paid enough money to
They probably paid him.
procure him.
Stop.
Thanks for checking out Guaranteed Video this episode. We'll be back soon with more music videos, perhaps more Batman music videos in the future. Thanks again, Joe, for coming out and joining us and letting us film in your home.
Yes, thank you.
Made for a good set. We got lots of Batman stuff. And yeah, you can check out the rest of our stuff over at guaranteedvideo.com. This concludes my segue to the end of the video.
Vicky Vale.
Vicky Vale.
Vicky Vale.